Time now is 7:25, and it has really been a wild world of weather. And we start off in the desert Southwest. This thunderstorm in Phoenix on Monday provided a textbook example of a microburst, or really strong winds rushing down out of a thunderstorm. Winds up to 50 miles per hour were reported, knocking down trees and actually cutting power in some areas. So this is how it works. We have the picture of that thunderstorm producing the downburst. As air rises in a thunderstorm, basically it cools off. It condenses and forms rain. And so once you have the rain, it starts to fall back down. As it does, it starts to evaporate as it hits that warmer air, and that causes the air to cool. So as the air cools, it becomes very dense, and that makes it want to fall even faster. And so that's why it rushes down out of the thunderstorm, creating what we call a downburst, or in some cases a microburst, which is a smaller version. But once it hits the ground, it rushes out in all directions. And so while it is really cool to look at in a picture, it can be very dangerous as you see those strong winds rushing out from the storm. Okay, meanwhile, it's fire season out in the west, and Cliff Creek fire in Wyoming has grown to more than 10,000 acres. The fire began as just a lightning strike, but now it's making its own weather. Let's see if we can find that pyrocumulus cloud. You see it here, kind of building in the background, and that's when a massive amount of heat from the fire rises into the atmosphere. So pyrocumulus cloud, try using that in conversation today. And of course, we have to talk about the heat. This week, NOAA announced that the first half of the year puts 2016 on track for the hottest year on record. Over 200 million people were affected by the dangerous heat this week, with highs reaching the 90s and triple digits. These are the highs from yesterday. Even in New Orleans, we hit 99. So across the midsection of the country and even into the desert Southwest, a very, very hot day yesterday. One Oklahoma woman in particular was feeling the heat. She's recovering from third-degree burns on her thigh by, get this, hot pennies that spilled onto the car seat last week. She tried icing the wound, but eventually had to go to the hospital when the pain didn't subside. That will make you think twice before just hopping in your car. I mean, I thought my leather seats were hot. Can you imagine a penny sitting there and getting very hot?
And it gets hot. Amazing how quickly that can happen.
I know. Ooh.
That's putting it all in perspective. Watch your coins.
Yes, watch your coins.
All right.
And look for those pyrocumulus clouds.
That's right.
All right. Coming up, find out what some St. Tammany residents plan on doing today when it comes to the proposal that would have them paying more for Causeway Bridge tolls.